Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, y'all? It's Wednesday, Wildin' Out Wednesday, and we are back for another episode of Truth Podcast.
Let's get it.
It's your girl Penelope on the mic, and we coming to y'all with a whole nother episode this week. How y'all doing tonight?
We doing good. Whose volume ain't down all that talking we did before?
Oh, we
went
got
on
it.
the
We
air?
got it together.
Let's
Rookie
go.
mistake.
There we
Rookie
go.
mistake.
T-Boz, what's up? Rita Reed, we know you in the building. And Alana, what's happening?
What's up, y'all?
What's
How
up?
y'all doing today? What's up?
What up?
I'm
How you
doing
guys?
good.
I'm hanging in there. It's all good. I can't complain.
It's Wednesday. Want to know how that week been? We got Birdman back as a co-host
Welcome
today.
back, Birdman.
Hey,
Welcome back.
happy to be back.
What's up, Birdman? I can't lie. I'm happy to see you.
Y'all
I told them last time. I said he a good look.
I was like, yeah, he
You
had a lot of input.
you have such great energy, and you bring a lot to the table. You know, so I'm glad to see you back for another Wednesday here with us
Yeah.
today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I even wore a button up today. I know it was a serious
he
topic,
came
so
official.
I wanted to make sure I wore pants with a belt. So, you know.
Oh,
I should have worn a tie or
okay.
something.
You're a sick
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing good. I'm actually doing good.
Yeah.
This week has been very productive. My son started barber classes at D-Max Institute this week.
Hey, all right.
And
9 years old. Just imagine what he gonna be like when he 15.
9 years
Gonna be out
old.
cold.
And
Gonna
he
be
was
out
very
cold.
engaged. I was highly excited about it. So look up this summer coming. Amari Cuts, lineups,
Let's
fades.
go.
We got it going on.
Let's go.
How you doing, Mac?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. School started back up. Barber school started back up. My new class started up yesterday for my master's and everything. So I'm busy, but I don't know how I do it except for God. So I thank God
All right.
for time management.
Okay. Mark.
Shit.
Oh man, grinding. It's
Same shit,
you know what I mean?
different toilet.
Same old shit.
I was about to say, I
man.
look forward to when you say that.
Yeah. I got a lot of them. I'm gonna switch it up, man. I got a couple of nice little analogies like that.
He
that I
like an
to
old
use.
man with phrases.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them. But yeah, man, just staying busy, man. I got a partnership with the Kiva Line Village, Donnell Harper and Van Dyke. So you know, we'll be opening up a media arts class. You know what I'm saying? Following my homie D-Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Over there teaching these
Pay
kids,
the
you know what I'm
trade
saying?
forward.
And-
That's
and
what
I
I'm
don't-
talking about.
And I've already, started with the Job Corps students, right?
Yep.
But we had an unfortunate situation of the head financial guy up there stealing the money, right,
Yeah.
for the programs. And the reason why you haven't seen me post because they cut off all of the programs for the Job Corps students and shit. So we're waiting. Yeah, so they gotta get once they rehire a new motherfucking end, that's gonna, not steal the money.
It be the
A
people
honest
that get into
person.
position.
and
Like,
these
do
is
you
the
care
kids. These
or
is
do
the
you
kids.
not?
This is the money that the government is giving Job Corps to invest in the programs for the kids.
Yeah,
Now all of the
yeah.
kids are hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. But
That's
yeah, that's
sad.
I still don't see how you can steal from kids. I
I
still
mean,
don't.
there's
I
some
mean,
people that, will
Same
steal
way they
from their
steal
mama,
from the
they don't give a
church.
fuck, right?
the
Yeah,
church,
that's true.
and
Everybody
everything
else.
else.
They feel like the kids is not gonna end up being nothing anyway, right? That's
Right.
their mindset. Like,
well, if
they're
you
not-
take their money, they not.
yeah,
So
of course. I mean, you're not even giving them the opportunity. You're taking away the opportunity from the growth.
Right. All right. So y'all, tonight we're opening up with a new topic. It's gonna
Scenario.
get deep and personal tonight. Mac, you wanna tell them what we got going on tonight?
So our topic for tonight is a little heavy. It's a little serious. We've been talking about some little light topics lately. We got to get back to who we are a little bit every now and then. But tonight we're talking about from grooming to abusing. There is a process that these perpetrators take up to manipulate and control and mind fuck people to the point where they put them in positions where they're easy to take advantage of. But before we do that, I need Mark to put the scenario up. Penelope's going to share with us the scenario. Before we get heavy into this topic, this scenario is kind of like a segue because I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it, what your thoughts are about it, and let's go from there.
Hey, you want to put that up? Let me know
It's
when
up.
you're
Go
ready,
ahead.
Mike.
It's
Go
up.
ahead. All right, listen up, guys. Here's the scenario. My husband wants to take my 16-year-old on a dad and daughter trip, but her birth father says it's weird that he wants to take her along, but it's not. He's been her dad for 3 years, and he always has been good to my daughter. He compliments her and buys her gifts. They even have a special place in my house he built just for her. How can I convince my ex to let her stepdad take her? It's only going to be for a week, and I'll be home with the babies. What do you guys think about that?
Bro, first of all, 3 years ain't shit.
I
Let's
I
start
second
there.
that.
I understand you're the stepdad. I understand you are in a position of provision and developing relationship and all that type of stuff. But explain to me why you want to take a teenage girl who's developed, probably looks like a woman based on how these young girls look today at 16. Why you want to take her on a week-long trip? What were you
Alone.
doing over these 3 years? And you see how the mom was talking about how he's such a great guy. He even has his own special place for them. All this little
she
nigga who what?
No.
Ain't-
What you
Yeah,
mean
that
y'all
was-
got your own
Little
special place in the house?
And when I was
That's
reading this, the thing that really caught that when I read the whole thing, what I was thinking to myself, what grown, respectable man, whether he has children or not, would feel comfortable or even want to take a 16-year-old, somebody else's daughter, on an unsupervised visit without her parents over the
For
world
a whole week.
for a whole week? Because I know men who got kids and I know men who don't have kids, but I know respectable men and respectable men who were raised right, who
Ain't
have
even
mothers and sisters and little cousins and things of that sort. They don't play that type of funny business. They don't even want to be,
Absolutely.
especially when you get into the age.
You
That's
don't
different
even
when
put
you a little
yourself
child
in a
And-
situation like that,
Shit,
right?
that's not
and
even.
then by the mother
about to fuck y'all
co-signing it, and she trying to fight so hard. Well, what else is going on that she's been blind-eyed to?
You understand what
inside
I'm
the
saying?
home? Because she's like, how do I convince? I'm with the daddy. Hell no.
Hell no.
You
So
cannot.
just today, and I was about to post about it today. There's a daycare center on Van Dyke, okay, and out of drive, walking distance from here. A dude they raided it and took a dude to jail because he got caught molesting a 4-year-old girl at the daycare center.
He worked there?
Okay, yes.
That was questionable for me. Not trying to be
No,
sexist
So
or
when you say-
anything.
That's real. A man don't wanna work at the
So when
daycare
it's right there, it's crazy. So when you was about to say, I understand the narrative of if the baby was younger, then okay, but then still that raises more of a flag because they don't know that child may not be intellectually developed enough and mature to be able to tell what's going on or even know that it's wrong. Right?
Absolutely.
And he was like, well, he buys her gifts and he compliments her. It sounds like he courting her to me.
It sounds like you're grooming
And
her.
grooming and courting.
I said that when I read
Because
it.
let me tell you something about sexual predators. They're patient.
Yes, they are.
They're patient
And
people.
observant.
And they're observant. And they will wait for the perfect opportunity. They will try. Well, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. David, you were getting ready to say something.
So this is my question right here, and to Mark's question about, Mark's comment about daycare centers. So let me ask you this, because I teach kids at church, and I've been doing it for 14 years. So when I first started, I didn't have no kids at all. So if I'm not saying what
you said you teach kids, but when you started, you didn't have no kids at all.
I didn't have no kids at all. So I've
how
been
were you
teaching for
teaching?
14 years. I was doing Sunday school. I was more of a helper.
Oh, you didn't have kids yourself.
I didn't have kids
okay, you didn't
myself.
have
You
Okay.
mean your own birth children.
Exactly. So
Gotcha.
like you were saying, so when I first posed this question, when y'all hit me up about the topic and everything, the surprising part was a lot of the ladies that I asked about this question, they didn't be defensive at first. They was like, well, number one, is the father, the biological father, are they in the child's life?
Well, based on the scenario, clearly he is for the mother to have
Ask
asked
for
him.
have a
permission
conversation,
and
yeah.
what he
So
and
my
what he
thing
thought
is,
about
sir,
it.
that's not your role, my boy.
Exactly. And I had to think about that, like, well, what if I'm in a situation, because I have a blended family, and my daughter is with her mom most of the time. So whenever she was dating, I would introduce myself and make sure that, but none of the guys would never, I can admit, can never say they would take a trip. They would say, well, we're all going together, and they would actually invite me.
So is her daughter your daughter?
That's my daughter. So that's my biological daughter.
Okay.
And when the mother of my child would date somebody, these questions would come up, because I'm usually the type where, okay, just be cool to the mother of my child, be cool to my daughter. I'm not going to get wrapped up on whatever your relationship is, as long as it doesn't endanger her. You love her, and it damn sure don't endanger my daughter, because I had to step in one time for that situation.
But okay, you respect the fact that he's there. Don't endanger her. Don't do this. But are they going on a special trip for a
No,
week?
they're not going on a special trip.
Thank
You know what I'm saying?
And they all went together on a trip one time, and a situation came
up,
up to
niece
where
niece?
violence broke out, and I had to pull that away.
Okay.
Like, okay, now we got a problem. Please don't make me come and see you. And I feel like the father is the same way. I'm just hoping that the father in this scenario is doing this because he loved his daughter, not the attention. In other words, was he
Not out
showing
of
this
spite,
attention
just 'cause it's another man.
Yeah, because are you showing this attention now, or have you been showing this attention to your daughter from the beginning? That's a question as well.
But even if he wasn't there before, the mother, without the presence of the father, should be able to make that executive decision that this shit ain't cool,
And
my
I'm
boy.
going to tell you why. I'm going to piggyback off of that.
Go ahead.
And I understand what you're saying, but we're women. Okay?
Exactly.
So we have a different perspective when it comes to things, because we are women, and we were once little girls at one point, and we were once naive. Okay. Funny thing about this thing is, when I was doing my research upon doing this, and I was reading the signs, the triggers, the warnings, I didn't realize that I was once a victim of being groomed as well,
and didn't know it.
and didn't even know it. So we as women, and especially as mothers, we have this protective nature about ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's just that we don't I'm sorry, I can speak for myself and a lot of mothers. We don't trust nobody.
Not with our babies.
I'm not taking nothing away from even the daddies and all of that. Sometimes we don't even trust them. And it's not because of something that may have done. It's just that it's just too much crazy shit happening in the world. And that's just that. We've read stories. We've seen videos. 7 Mile Radio have covered videos and incidents where the father has molested and touched the daughter.
Right.
So I'm gonna go back to what you said. 3 years, I don't even know a man well enough in
Say
3
that.
years.
Say that.
Let alone letting my daughter go with him. It's just weird. I'm with the daddy.
Okay,
It's
where y'all
weird.
sleeping, my boy? Y'all getting 2 rooms? What's this,
the-
a double room? What we doing?
What is the point of this trip? Do she have
I
your
wanna
niece?
spend some
Do you
time
have
with
a
her.
daughter? Does he have a daughter? Is it the stepdaughter and the daughter's going somewhere? Do we have a niece? Is
Is
it
it
an
just
all-girl
them?
trip? Are we going to visit family? Where are we going? Why are we going? And then they going for a whole week. And this is my thing. He may be a hell of a manipulator, because you see how the mother is responding?
listen,
Right,
That's
he done
what-
got her
she- the
duped
last thing
into
she said,
thinking
though?
that he was just the greatest nigga on earth.
The
You
last
know what I'm
thing
saying?
that she
Go ahead,
said,
Mark.
the last thing she said was, "I'll be at home with the babies if
In
anything
case something happens.
In case-
So
How in
you
the fuck can
have
you
that.
stop
You had that
anything?
reservation. That goes
But
back
see,
to what I was saying. That's
you
that reservation
know
in the back of your head.
That part
There's
too.
a possibility. So then why give room for the opportunity?
Yeah.
Mike, you have a
Absolutely.
daughter. Talk to us, bro.
Y'all missing one big point.
What is it? You're the father of a daughter.
This lady said that this man built them a special
No, we
place.
said that.
I said that.
When did your bedroom stop being your special
No
place? Why you need another special place? No, you good. You good. You can lock your door and unlock your door. There will be no other room built for y'all. Sorry, what? Like y'all said, he
Built.
definitely built. Come on.
No, I didn't miss
So-
that. That was one of the first things
Exactly.
I was
So
like,
this,
bro.
this what goes through my head when something like that happens. Either this man must have some money that she don't want to give up, cause you're not doing that. A
didn't
real
think
mother
about
is
that.
not doing that. There's something she don't want to let go. He probably said, "Hey, this
Hey,
what it's
how about
gonna
this?
be."
How about this?
Yep. How about this? How about that?
No. What I'm saying is, how about this? Maybe he's even groomed the mother.
Yep.
But see,
To the point
and
of
that's
being-
So
Yeah,
do
he
y'all think it's
manipulated
more
her,
of a?
yeah.
So
Right.
do you think it's more of a Precious situation then?
a who?
Precious, remember the movie Precious?
Nope, not
I remember
Precious.
the movie
More like
Precious.
that Tyler Perry movie.
No, Precious. Remember, it was she got originally pregnant by the guy that was with the mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't he rape her?
Yeah.
But he groomed the hell
But
out
he
of her.
groomed
Yeah,
her
he did.
because they made it seem like it was nothing. Plus, back to Penelope's point as well. So if mothers are protective, where is the mother protective flag coming up before she even marries the dude?
Okay.
So
And then about the dad.
let's can I just say
Go
one
ahead,
thing?
go ahead.
Not Rita. Nadia said, "Cause that mama response got me nervous."
Me too.
As a mother,
Yeah.
myself, like
Yeah.
baby girl,
You right in the
baby
tear, yeah.
girl.
That's
It's almost like you already know what's up,
As a father,
and it's almost
type
like
shit,
you're
yeah.
conceding
Exactly.
to the shit.
when you first said that, I said,
For
"This
me
shady."
to have,
Yeah.
I've been I've never been married. However, I've been with men who had children, right? And I respect their opinions and their thoughts and everything when it comes to the other parent because this is their child. I'm
Right.
just that bonus parent, right?
Right.
So if I come up with something, can I buy him something? Can I throw him something? Can I take him somewhere? And
Yeah.
the other parent objects to it, whether or not I think that it should be done or not, I should have enough. You know what?
Respect.
It shouldn't be no. Let me convince him. The daddy said no, and you know how I should be.
Exactly.
I should get on board. You know what? Well, you know what? That's this man's daughter. It should not be no convincing.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
He has reservations about
Say
me
that
taking
shit,
his
P.
daughter somewhere else, and I'm gonna leave it at that because that is his child.
Say that
I don't
shit.
understand that. It's
Come
weird.
on, Bishop.
Okay,
How could I don't understand how the stepdaddy could even think that this shit could be
okay.
okay.
but see, you
That's
have to. You have
crazy.
to let's start to
Yeah,
delve
for
into
sure.
the mind of a groomer. Talk to us, P.
So
Let's get into the mind of a groomer to figure out how he can think that shit's okay.
So for one, groomers are master manipulators, and they watch and they observe. They say very little, and then they observe. They observe patterns. So typically, they look for people who are lonely,
Yeah.
who are young. Like this young lady, she's 16 years old. The father is in her life, but he's not in the home. That's
Right.
an advantage to him.
Vulnerable.
You get what I'm saying? That's
Vulnerable.
vulnerability when it comes there. Then you also have to look at who the child is being raised by and what guidance she has. So we already know by reading this little segment that the mother, I ain't gonna say she don't have it all, but she is a little naive. He takes that into his advantage. Obviously, he has time to spend a long time with her. The mother trusts him. That's off bat. He got it off bail. That trumps everything. He trusts. He wants a manipulator and a predator gains trust in you. It's over with because
It's called ease of access.
it is because he's been around and this is how children operate. If my mama cool with it, if my mama think it's safe, if my mama think it's all right, then it's all
he's
right
safe.
with me. You get what I'm saying?
And what he's doing is okay.
Even as a grown adult. I'm 38 years old, and sometimes I still need validation from my mom.
Right.
Y'all can sit up here and tell me whatever, but as soon as I call her and I say, and I hear from her that it's okay, I'm not even listening to nothing else
Yeah.
y'all have to say because mama's word trumps ground. So when you are dealing with a person that preys on people, these are the type of things that they look at. They also look at a person who's insecure. If you have insecurities about yourselves, and children are, in their eyes, are the best people to prey on because they have not yet developed a personality of their own. So everything that they do is kind of based off of what they see, what they heard, who they're around, that type of thing. So those are a lot of things that we also have to look out for.
So
And then,
let's look at this definition of grooming.
so the definition of grooming is a person who engages in predatory conduct to prepare a child or a young person for sexual activity at a later time.
To prepare.
Prey. In other words, prey. Because what does a predator does? He preys.
Prey.
So he sits, like I said, he observed. He watched her patterns. He knows what she likes. He knows what she doesn't like because he uses these things to his advantage to manipulate the situation, right?
Absolutely.
What she like to wear. He compliments her, make her feel good. She's 16 years old. And at that age, at 16, your hormones are raging. You're dealing with a whole lot of stuff.
You want to be accepted.
You want to be accepted.
adored.
You want to be loved. It's so many
wanna feel
things
attractive.
that that play a part into this. And then there's also signs of grooming. I'm gonna go into a few of those. Being very secretive about how they are spending their time. If they're, very guarded and don't want to let you know what they're doing, who they talking to, what they doing in their pastime, that's a sign, because it gives predators a chance to manipulate them. Online, I know, online is a very big thing now. This has been happening for a long time, but now online it's easier for them because behind that keyboard, they can be whoever they want to be.
Absolutely.
They can talk to them.
Fuck the keyboard, that game controller.
The game,
Listen,
the virtual, the
live.
the
Oh,
game
boy.
controller.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I've been at Oak Park Police Department over pictures that's been sent to my son
Man, I
over
done had-
Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have a
Pretending to be a child, and I'm like, that ain't no child's
Text now.
dick.
They got emails.
What?
They have another sign.
Yeah.
They seek individuals, like I said before, who are insecure, who are alone. And if you have a teenager who have an older boyfriend or an older girlfriend, that's also a sign of grooming because their maturity level has not reached that yet. So they use these things as that master manipulator thing, mechanism to get to your kid. If you see your kid with money or gifts or things of that nature that they can't afford, that's also a sign of grooming. Hey, you ain't got no job. I ain't gave it to
questions.
you. Where you get this from? Well, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
When they spending more time alone and more time away from you and online, when they're being upset, withdrawn, or distressed, and when their behavior is sexualized. That's also another sign of it. Sexualized behavior and language as well. So those are signs. And then a few places. We always feel like, we taking our kids to places like churches, or they on the football team, or they got a mentor or an uncle or auntie, school officials. We just really have to be observant. And I'm not trying to bash anybody and say that all of these people are this way, but we do have to be cautious of who we leave our children in, whose care we leave our children in. Babysitters, like Mike said, we got to go to work, so we take them to daycare. So we gotta keep in mind about those things.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. So my son's been in gymnastics. Well, he took this year off due to injury, but since he was about 7. But all these parents were just dropping their kids off, right, and leaving for the 3-hour practice, right. I was the one parent with my laptop doing my homework in the building, watching whatever.
You know
what I'm
what's
saying?
going on.
Because I'm aware. I
Yep.
know what happened to me. You understand what I'm saying? I know that trusted people can do bad things. Coaches do bad things. Parents do bad things.
Yep.
Teachers do bad things. You know what I'm saying? People in positions of authority and people that are in positions of power have the ability to manipulate and do bad things. And so once you are aware of that with some realism, because some of us like to believe that we're living in this utopia where the shit ain't gonna hit our household.
It ain't gonna happen to me.
But the truth of the matter is we're living in a society where anything can happen anywhere to anybody at any time. And if we walk in a place of naivety, then we're really endangering our children. And so that's why we're having this very, very real conversation. Penelope, what are some ways that people can protect their children from the grooming process?
Conversations. If you sit down and you talk to your kids, and throughout the research, these are some conversations that I plan on having with my children as well. But if you teach them the difference between genuineness, that will go a long way. For example, we may say, hey, it's mom's birthday, it's sister's birthday, it's dad's birthday. We're going to hold this secret for them because it's a surprise and we want them to be surprised. That's an okay secret. We have to let them know the difference between a okay secret and a not okay secret, because when we teach them the whole secrets like that, we need to let them know when it's appropriate and when it's not appropriate, because these predators, they come along and then they do things to our children. The first thing they say is, don't tell nobody.
Right.
I'm doing this, or don't tell your mama, or don't tell that. And because you got this thing, this definition of a secret stuck in your head, you're carrying this. So let your kids know the difference between, a good secret, and a bad secret.
Yeah.
Also, let them know that it's not okay to accept things from people. It starts very small. A piece of candy, a teddy bear, a rose, clothing, jewelry, shoes, money. It starts to escalate over time. And when children feel like it's okay to take and accept gifts from people,
Anybody?
they also kind of feel like a sense of obligation and entitlement to them as well. So my mom used to always tell me, she didn't care what it was, don't eat nothing from nobody's house and don't accept nothing from nobody. And we have to keep reminding that, installing that into our children, even now, because I know that the world is different. Because for Valentine's Day and Sweeties Day, like these kids, they do something different. They come home like, oh, I got this for
Listen,
what
my
happened
son-
to the cards and the sweet tarts and the little I love yous and things like that? Like they buying real gifts and the parents are supporting it. But if you got any type of sense, that's when you say, hey, no, you
As a
return
parent.
this. You don't accept this. This costs way too much money for a child to be presenting this as another gift to another child. So we have to, like you said, not be so naive to things like this. Another thing that we can do to protect people from these predators are, being cautious, like I said before, in the care that we leave people. Don't be so trusting into these people. They're people. Of everybody. Oh, that's the neighbor. Just because they stay next door across the street, it's not a village anymore. Even when it was a village, you still had predators inside.
It was people in the village that was because they were trusted figures, and nobody would ever think they would do that.
And I hate to say it, but we weren't allowed to sit on men's lap. We didn't go over people's house if they had brothers and uncles, and the mom had husbands and stuff like that. We weren't allowed. So it's not about just being a fun parent, but let's be the protective parent. Let's be the cautious parent. Let's have
realistic.
Have realistic conversations with our kids, because we live in another generation.
Absolutely.
And last but not least, when we're talking about sexual advances, we can't be saying the cookie and the muffin and all of that.
Call it what it is.
Call it what it is.
Let them know the proper terminology.
And address it what it is, because when they come across these predators, they need to know what it is and that it is not okay for them to be touched or whatever's going on. It's just not okay. They need to know the difference, but we have to sit down and let them know the difference and educate them on the importance of what's going on in order for them to do so.
Yeah, because sometimes we make those the nicknames sound inviting and make it sound like a game, and then the predator makes it a game, and so then they don't feel like it's wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So call it what it is.
They don't. Yeah,
they need to know the real terminology. They need to be able to verbalize the real terminology if everybody ever violates that terminology. So let's pause for a minute, and we're going to acknowledge some of our comments before we go into the next section.
Because there's a lot of.
I'm going to scroll up to Avon. She said a teacher was just arrested and jailed for having a relationship with a student, and they jailed the father too because he knew about the relationship.
Wow.
But and that's the sad part. It's a lot of parents that are complicit, just like the woman in this scenario. She's so ready to let her go. And if anything happens, I'm here with the kids. Well, what can you do with the kids?
And you know what I noticed? Obviously, she feels like they have a good relationship the way the daughter responds to him, but that's not your job to just look at that. That's your job to go beneath the surface. I don't care if it's glittering and it's shiny and it's this, that, and the other. You still got to dig deep. Go ahead, Matt.
And Nadia said, because I had an elder boyfriend, and when I tried to break up with him, he chased me in front of the school in his car. I was a junior in high school, but I was also a virgin. Wow. And that just shows you the two different levels of sexuality, maturity, all of that type of stuff. Yeah. Tracy, somebody else want to read a comment? Tracy Jacobs, yes. People in churches do bad things. Can't trust just anyone with your children anymore. And you can't, and that's what we were talking about.
Just to find a soft spot to stick
yeah. And people get cool with the parents just to get cool with the kids.
And grown-ups, we confide in people and we tell them all our business, and they use that to our advantage. They know the daddy ain't around. They know I'm broken. They know I'm sad. They know I'm broke.
And they look for those vulnerable people. What were you going to say, Mike?
So, like Bird was saying, like he taught Sunday school for all these years. So I had a youth ministry that I taught for a few years at the church that I just recently left a couple years ago. And what befuddled me about it was these mothers and grandmothers brought their kids to me. Cool, I got 10 grandkids. Everybody know I love kids. So people feel comfortable with me having their kids, and that's cool. But it would be after church, and they still think I'm supposed to have these kids. I'm like, hold on now. This a little much to me. Like, get these.
Granted, if you was the wrong kind of person.
Right? Yeah, no, I get that, but I was in shock at how just
You know,
how just like,
Coulda had
okay,
your way.
here you go, Mike.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what they're not
Some
conceptualizing.
people
Yeah,
are-
like
Type of
D-Max
person.
said, they use it like
You're
how
not
you was
protecting
at the
them.
practice with your son.
Mm-hmm.
I get that because that's how it was with my kids, and I watch the other parents. But you know what they look at it, Mac, as a baby. It's just
it's
another form of babysitting.
it's
Daycare.
a time for me to have some me
Some
time.
me time.
Exactly.
But
I'ma
no,
drop them off
it's
for a
time
couple
for
hours.
you to
yep.
still be a parent and be supervisory of what the fuck is going on in your child's world.
I'll get
Because
my,
shouldn't nobody be able to
Exactly.
tell you shit you can't see for yourself?
Yep.
Go on here.
I'll give my daughter mother
Yes.
one. I'll give my daughter's mother one thing. She was not having a babysitter.
Let's
She
open
was
the
not.
phone lines because it's a
Exactly.
heavy conversation. We
Yep.
still
Yeah,
gonna talk
'cause I do
about our
like to-
topic.
'cause
Hold
I
on a
do-
sec.
oh, I'm
Hold
sorry.
on. We're gonna go right back
No,
to you,
go ahead,
Dave.
go ahead.
I just want to get this number out: 313-723-0481. 313-723-0481. If you'd like to have some input on this topic, please give us a call. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I was reading one of this comment by Deborah, and it was going into what Penelope was about with protection. She said, I taught mine, adults don't keep secrets with children. And I was also thinking, a lot of times, we heard about not only did the predator tell them to keep a secret, but the family member, the mom or whoever, like, we don't allow outside business.
What
and
go
then that
on in
makes it
this
worse.
house
Yeah.
don't leave
Don't
this house.
Yeah.
You
And you don't
understand
know
what
how
I'm
that
saying?
hurts that kid.
And you don't know how they interpret that.
Yep.
Years later, it's going and
And
then
how
it's going
it's
to pass that
used.
trait down because we're talking about this is not only just about predator, but we need to break these generational curses
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
I want to read
Absolutely.
Avon Bird's
I'm
comment.
gonna need you to quit reading my wife's stuff. That's what I need you to do.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm
Nah, go ahead.
gonna read this.
Go ahead, go ahead.
And we definitely weren't allowed to wear crop tops and these short shorts around these men, and that's true.
And that's true.
We know that these girls are developing at a higher rate than whatever we seen before. So you got a stepdad or a boyfriend or a uncle, whatever.
Listen.
And your daughter coming out here in these shorts for pajamas, this
And 16 looking
this
like
crop
25
top,
now.
right?
You said it right.
When my
16,
mama got
not
married,
16.
when my mama got remarried to the man that she got remarried to, she had my older brother, me, and my younger sister that's right under me. And when she got remarried and he moved in the house, she was like, "All right, when you come out that bathroom, put a robe on." You know, see, back then they were realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They were
Say
realistic.
it again,
They were
Matt.
like, that's still a man. I
Yep.
don't care if he sees
I
you
don't
as a
care.
child,
Yep.
but you're developing.
Yep.
When you come out that bathroom, you put a robe
Yep.
on.
Yep.
And,
You know what
or
I'm saying?
You take all your stuff in the bathroom
With you
Yeah.
and come out
Put it-
fully dressed.
and then
I still come off
or,
fully
dressed.
or when a man in the house, you don't wear a gown. You have
Exactly.
on two-piece pajamas.
Yeah.
I mean, you would
Pajamas.
like to think that men would not look at children and be turned
Yeah.
on or look at them as sexual objects, but men are
Let's
men.
be
I'm
real.
not a man, but three of y'all can tell me.
And you
being
know
a
what I
man,
just
you
thought of?
might see a chick walking down the street look like she got a whole 28-year-old body, and then you turn around and see a sucker in her
And
mouth,
then-
and she got ponytails when you look in her face. But you, before you saw her face,
You seen that
you
ass.
saw that ass.
Oh, man.
Exactly, because 16 don't look like 16 now.
No.
I'm gonna tell you what 16 look like now. 16 got a bust down
25,
part in the
boy.
middle. Bust down part in the middle.
Yeah.
16 got 30 inches down to her butt. 16 got long Cardi B nails,
I thank
probably
God I
longer
ain't
than
have a little
mine.
girl. Cause
Edges.
she would be so mad with me because you're
Tight
going to be a little
clothes.
girl as long as you're going to be a little girl.
You gonna have when
That's
she
right,
graduates, she
Natia.
gonna have on.
Exactly.
Doing all that.
She gonna have ponytails, Mac, when she walking across.
Listen, no, you gonna have the
In
whole.
high school, she gonna
You
be
gonna still be in high school with the damn
With the barrettes?
Lord have
and the bongles.
And you know what I just thought
Listen,
of?
now, man.
The
Yes,
old Cosby
lashes,
episode
makeup.
where Vanessa was in the group. She was in a singing group, and Claire seen that. She made her go right
Took her
upstairs,
right upstairs, and all the other girls, they they
took
was
the
good.
tissue out her bra and everything.
The wipe the lipstick off her face. Them was them old school
Old
mamas.
school
Yeah.
parents, yeah. Ain't nobody doing that now because you can wearing lipstick like your mama wearing lipstick. Your mama
Felix
taking
said
you when
he
she
out.
go.
He too crazy for
Wait.
this situation.
Wait,
He
where?
left
I
us.
wanted to read his comment. Felix
What'd he
said,
say?
"If I had kids in the new world, definitely have the blicky. The girl, he got the blicky
Bye-bye.
on him, and be extra cray, even more than my mother was.
Yes,
I don't
correct.
play with that kind of F shit. I know that's right. I don't give
real.
a F. I know that's right." T-Bar said, "Could not spend the night away from home. I couldn't either. And you know what? My daddy was." I was like, my daddy was like, nope, because she got brothers and she
Spend
got
the
a
night
daddy.
away
and-
from home.
My mama
You know
didn't even
what?
let me be in
You know
Boy
they
Scouts.
said-
That didn't even compute in my
They can come
generation.
over
I
here,
couldn't even do Boy Scouts.
but you
They-
can't go over
because
there.
Let the boy run away from home, and the daughter's mama let the boyfriend's girlfriend, who's the daughter of the mama let the boyfriend come live in the house, sleep in the room, and you wonder what you think they doing? This new parenting shit, I can't get with. Like, I
and
can't.
you know, I'm gonna say this too. Okay,
can't get with
You
it.
people can do whatever they want, but it's not what you do; it's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that once you know, like, okay, my kids are 9 and 12, and I don't want no company over my house. I don't want nobody around them. I don't want nobody meeting them. I'm single. I don't know where this going. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let alone them coming in, spending the night, and then what else we doing behind closed doors, and then
Look,
they listening.
I got a hoe
Like,
door. It's a back door that leads you straight to my bedroom and
Well,
back outside.
I need
You
one
gotta
of them.
come in
I need a
after
house
he in
shoe.
the bed before the fuck he get up.
She said
he ain't
ho-
never gonna
a
see you.
hodo.
That's what I call it. It's a hodo.
My daughter,
It's
20
a hodo when I'm single. It's just a doe when I'm not.
My daughter, 23. A lot of women call her they stepdaughter.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know not none of them but about one.
So you
That
like
is
that
how
Meet the Browns episode? That's that China.
That's how
What
it's
about
supposed
Ming
to
Ling?
be.
That was the Chinese one.
That's
What
how
you
it's
need to
supposed
meet
to
them
be.
That's how it's
Right.
supposed to be.
You don't
Like,
need to meet-
You don't
everybody
need
don't
to
get
meet everybody to
your
come
kid.
through here.
You need to know me.
Yep.
They
That's
don't.
it.
Back in the day,
And I
they
really
would
don't even
go.
want you to know me all the way.
Too many people have access to our children that when shit happens, we don't know who the fuck did it.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
And so back in the day, they knew who had access to us.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So when something happened, they even if they didn't want to acknowledge, they believed that they knew that shit popped because they knew who
And
had access.
D-Mac,
know
they
what?
cracking up over your door.
Hold on. That is
That's-
super funny.
I hope.
You need
sorry.
to copyright that.
I wonder, is Alana online? My friend Alana, she made a good point.
What's
She
that?
said that she watches the company that she keeps around her teenage daughters as well. Because, you know, we got all type of different friends, right? Because when you get grown, you know how to handle
You
people.
can't have a hot girl around your 16-year-old and then she idolize your friend and
You
want to be just
understand
like
me?
her.
Give it to me, Mac. That's exactly what she said. You know, she
Yeah.
said, I watches the company that I keep around my kids because, you know, kids, they like the coolness. They like
got
the
your
cool
stripper friend
auntie.
around with all the
Thanks,
money and the
say
hype.
it. And then they,
Oh, girl, I
they
wanna,
idolize
when I get
that type of
18,
thing.
I'm going to be where Auntie CC
Yep.
at.
Yep.
You know
So
what I
this
mean?
is my question to y'all as well. It doesn't even have to be like the influence of family. If you look at Instagram, TikTok, stuff like
Oh,
that,
social
you got
media is
Meg
a
Thee
bad
Stallion,
idea.
you got Cardi
That's-
B.
that's who
they
raising it.
see
Social
this
media is a
glamorous
bad
stuff
motherfucker.
and seeing about, okay, if I'm with this dude, I'm gonna get the bag, and sometimes they allow that stuff to happen.
Yeah, so Mike,
Yes,
talk
man.
to us
right.
about the personality of a groomer. Who is this person? What are they like? What are their characteristics? What do we need to look for in these people to
Okay.
guard our children from these situations?
So this is the type of stuff that you need to look for. People that like to touch and discuss sexual topics with these kids. They like to like Penelope already had hit on. They want to hit the spots that as parents we don't hit with these kids. Sometimes there is something left open. You know what I'm saying, that you your daughter or your son may not be comfortable discussing whatever, and that person that's close to him or close to you gonna hit on. Oh, you like comic books. Me as a father, I may not be indebted in comic books with my kid, but this trusted person know that. Oh, your dad don't like comic books, so hey, you like Superman? I just saw the last. You like comic books?
Overly.
I'm about to go see the
Let's
movie.
go
You want to
watch.
go see the movie? Let's go watch it. Exactly, Mark.
Now you taking them into a dark movie theater, just you and him.
You as the parent, like, I don't want to go to the movies. You can take them.
yeah.
Yep.
Because they're a trusted influence.
Right.
That's what they do.
Right.
They prey on the parents' insecurities or the things that the parents ain't doing. That's traits that parents need to watch for.
Exactly.
Also, the hugging. The
over-touching.
the simple little touch. Because guess what that leads to over time?
A desensitization to
Ma-
touch.
That leads to massages.
Yeah.
And
The
if
hug
kid-
over the shoulder.
If I'm just tapping you on your shoulder now, then eventually I can go to your breast.
Oh yeah,
Or I might go to your thigh, and then eventually I can go to your pussy.
I
You
can
know what I'm
I can
saying?
rub you a little deeper. I can tickle you now.
Because I'm slowly touching you in such a way to where you don't think touch is wrong from me.
Because it leads to massages, it
Oh,
leads
my
to showers.
motherfucking God,
The
bro.
shit's
Yeah,
get
'cause
crazy,
D-Mac over
y'all.
here,
The things
except
we
for the last
gotta,
one, she was
we
touching my
gotta
spots.
watch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I
what?
said, did you Google me?
I don't like men.
He said, "Did you Google me, though?" He a sick man. Did you Google me? So the
And we can't help how we feel when we get touched and aroused.
Because it's a
Yep,
physiological
yep.
response.
Yes,
Whether
it
you
is.
want it, desire it. Because, sometimes sexual abuse victims feel guilty because they
it feel good, but they
enjoyed
know
it,
it's wrong.
But they know
Right.
it's
They're
wrong.
thinking
But
they
there's
brought it
something
on.
about the anatomy of
Yeah.
the human body
Especially-
that is
Yeah.
going to respond to a certain stimuli, whether you invite it or not.
Especially when it's never been exposed to that type of activity.
You understand what I'm
This
saying?
is different.
and that,
Yeah.
and
I
that,
don't
and
know
that,
how to feel. I've never felt this. I
and
don't know
that-
what
and
to
that's
do.
what they do. They say, "Hey, you
We got
ever
a
felt?"
caller.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. Let's get this
What's
caller
going
in.
on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from? Caller, you there? What's going on?
Talk to us.
Hey, y'all. Hey, my favorite podcast.
This
Happy
One time for the birthday
We know
chick.
your big birthday.
Two
We know
time
your
for the
we know your
birthday
voice.
Thank y'all.
Happy birthday, Rita Reed.
Yes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, everybody.
Talk to us.
Y'all know y'all my favorite podcast. Girl, I was leaving the Pistons game, making sure I watched my sisters and y'all podcast. I love me some true podcasts. We was talking today, so I'm gonna make an appearance. She's gonna give me a date when I can make my appearance.
Let's
She's
go.
gonna
We
let me
love to
know.
have you.
That's
I
exactly
just want to know
what
why she
said
put
to me.
herself through that to watch the Pistons game.
I don't know why she did that.
Hey,
they
but
win,
listen. No, they ain't win. They lost by 30. No, they lost by 30.
D-Mac, why'd you ask that?
I mean, it's just keep on.
It was a gift. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? So hey, what can I do?
No, you good, Reed.
But
Did they move to
listen,
Northwest Activity Center yet?
what I want to tell y'all didn't touch on.
What's that?
We're normally used to the men looking for the young ladies. Also, it's some insecure women out here that likes to touch them young boys out here too.
Absolutely.
I mean, they get busy, especially these teachers. Like I said, it's a couple teachers in the suburbs. I'm not saying it can't happen in the city, but it was in the suburbs where they was messing with young underage boys, letting them pass tests and having secret relationships with you guys, with the little kids. So like you said, I think Mike hit on something very, very good. They like to pick up on something they like. Hey, this comic book, or hey, you like these video games, or hey, you could come to class late. I just think this world, like D-Mac said, this world is so scary because my mom was like that. You can't, when you coming home, you're not spending the night, you're not leaving. Who is these people you trying to go have a birthday party with? I'm not gonna lie. That's why I was so distant for some of my grade school friends. Like me and my friends, we joke about it. It was like, really, my mama picked me up from school and brought my ass home. I couldn't go to no damn birthday party sometimes because she wanted to know everybody that was gonna be at the party. And if I couldn't tell her, I couldn't go. Like, well, damn, ma. But like you said, that's what we need to do to protect our youth and our kids coming up. And like y'all said, this whole thing got me. What do you mean you need a secret space? Mike hit it on a point. It should be one secret room in our house, and that's our bedroom.
That's it.
Nowhere else need to be a secret place, hiding place, nothing like that.
Especially with no mind
At all.
Why you need a special place with a child?
I gotta know what that's about. I really wish I
it
could
sounds
message this
creepy.
lady and ask what is
Yeah,
that about.
Very creepy.
I want to know
Very.
where's the special place that he hand.
Very.
Because y'all might think this funny, but if
Especially
he
your
hand built
bedroom.
it, I'm with Mike. If he hand built it, it was a lot of thought.
Into that.
Like
Man,
I'm
a lot
actually
of
about
thought.
to build
How
a
we,
place
how
for
we
Hey,
know it
what-
ain't no cameras or no kind of secret
Listen,
hiding
what's
spot
what's
for
killer is I
Right.
Hold
got
up, bro. Why he ain't doing all this shit for you?
one.
Why he doing all this shit for
Exact-
your
man,
child?
hit it on
Let's
the neck.
start there.
I bet y'all this that mama ain't got access to that special room, y'all. I bet on everything in my pocket
Exactly.
right now. That mama
And one
ain't
thing
got
Penelope
She too
hit on.
occupied
One
with the
thing
younger
Penelope.
children.
No, she ain't. She ain't occupied with no uncle.
But no,
he
check
didn't
it
lip
in. Listen,
no,
listen.
he didn't make
It's
her think she
strategic.
occupied with him.
It's strategic,
It is.
Mike.
That's
It's
the point.
strategic.
That's the point.
I'm going to get you occupied with these
Yep.
other children,
Yep.
and I'm going to take this older child, this adolescent
Yep.
that you have, this teenager that that you have that
Right.
I'm attracted
That's
to.
a fact.
You're distracted now.
Yep.
And this, I wanted to say this,
And
Rita.
she
Just
looks
pause
at
for a
it.
second. I want you to stay on the line. One of the other personality traits about groomers is that they groom the parents.
First.
Yeah.
They
Yes,
groom
amen.
the
Preach.
parents.
Yeah.
Preach.
They groom the parents
it.
to
That's
get the
alcohol abuse.
parents
Don't do
to
that.
trust them so that they can eventually groom the
Absolutely.
child so that if the child goes
Correct.
to the parent, then the parent won't believe them because they groomed the fuck out of the parent already.
And she thinks she has so much help
Exactly.
now.
We've
She thinks
seen
she's
plenty
great.
of stories.
She got help.
We've seen plenty of stories and movies where the parent was aware of the sexual abuse and they covered it up. They allowed it for whether it was financial security or whether it was for something that they wanted themselves, where they covered it up and allowed their child to be abused, their child to be sexually assaulted. So this is just like D-Mac said, this goes from top to bottom, from preacher on down to cousins to friend and family. Can't nobody be trusted. In 3 years, I don't even know. I don't know nobody in 3 years. We got to be together longer than that.
It was
And
funny
I'm
when
gonna give
she
me, if
said
I was
I
single,
agree.
I'd be like
I thought
D-Mac.
she
I
was
got to give me a whole dough too. I'm gonna give me a whole dough too. I'm gonna keep that in rotation. I like that, D-Mac.
Oh, that
Crazy.
3 years pissed me off, Rita.
Hashtag-
That 3 years pissed me off.
Hashtag hold the door.
You act like he raised her from 0 to 16 and the daddy wasn't nowhere
Exactly.
Or he was around
and
like
he
10
just
years.
adopted her and took on that
That's
role.
what I said.
But
10
you
years,
just
I
a
could be like, okay.
stepdaddy where daddy still has his position.
Yep.
What we're not gonna do is play in your face, mama.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No, we not about to play in your face. I agree.
And you're not respecting his daddy, like D-Mac said. Cause was that you, Bird, who said, "Well, is the
When
daddy
he said
around?"
no, that's the end of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, listen, that's it. And that's
And
all.
one more thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. One more thing. Penelope hit it on the nose. Whether it's a little boy or a little girl, what grown person, man or woman, want to go on a trip alone? What would I need to go on a trip alone?
Right.
Unless it's a business trip or you take them to a event or something, alone with a nephew or a niece by yourself. Normally, you would want friends to tag along, somebody, but
Bring one of
why
your
are we?
homegirls.
Why
It's
are
just
we
fun.
going on a trip?
That's a
Exactly.
honeymoon.
Why
That's a
are we going on a
romantic getaway.
trip?
I don't even like going on trips that much with my
Exactly.
own
Wait,
kids.
wait. Hold on. Pause for a second, y'all. P, say it again. That's a what?
That's a
Honeymoon.
romantic getaway.
That's a
Yeah.
romantic getaway with a 16-year-old.
Exactly.
And he
Stop
can do
playing with
whatever
me.
he want because the mama like. And then wait a minute.
But
for
if
a
you
whole
dissect,
week,
if you dissect what she said though, this
If
motherfucker
anything
said,
happen-
if anything happens,
What's gonna happen?
I'm here with the
If
kids.
any-
No, she
anything.
said, I'll
What?
be at home with the babies.
What the fuck can you do? You're designed to be at home with the babies. That's why it's a
Yeah.
perfect time for him
Exactly.
How
to
far are y'all
go
away?
in. It's a perfect time for him to go
Now-
in for the kill.
now let me-
You're preoccupied.
now let me tell you the difference.
I think he already went in
If-
for the kill and she
Rita,
allowed it.
Rita, if this
Exactly.
situation,
Yes, ma'am.
If this situation was, I'm gonna tell you, it would have been different in my eyes if it was a boy, and my husband, his stepdad, and he had an event in Florida for football,
AAU or something.
AAU,
You know, a reason.
motherfucking nationals,
Right, that's what
regionals,
I'm
some
saying.
shit like
Some
that. But-
type of,
but a
that's what I'm saying,
boy,
some type of
you know,
event
that's
or
not a boy,
something.
Because obviously, if his daddy can't do it, I'ma have
Exactly.
the other man in his life do it. You get what I'm saying? But ain't no cheer. Even there's no fucking reason, bro.
I get what you're
Exactly.
saying for sure.
None. Like I
Like
looked at
she
it in so
said,
many
she
different
simply
lanes.
just
Because
said
she
it.
gotta also ask why isn't
She
he
simply
like this with
said
the
it.
other
No respectable person will want to be alone with a child unless it was, like you said, a camp or something like that. You would want friends. You would want family. You would want to entertain the child with children, and you guys have y'all adult time. Simple, point blank, period. We're not having no private spaces in houses. We're not having no secret hideaways. We don't have no, we're not
Right.
calling nicknames. We're not calling nicknames, Cookie or Bookie, Lukey. Oh, you look good, Sugar Plump. We're not doing that. We're definitely like D-Mac and whoever else hit on it. We're definitely covering up. We're not sitting on laps, guys or girls.
Yep,
We don't. Well,
yep.
what are we doing? We don't need to do it. We didn't do that. My old saying was, and I'll let you go. My parents said when adults came around, children were made to be seen, but not heard. That means you go when they come
Say
in,
it,
you
Rita.
say hi. You say hi, and then you go in your room and
Say
find you some toys or something, but you better not be in grown
kids'
folks'
place.
face. Not at all.
You go in your room because that's your special
Stay in the
place.
child's place.
You don't have a special place built for you. What?
Thanks for calling, Rita. We appreciate
we
you.
love
But I
you.
want to tell y'all Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Thank you. And I got traffic jam penciled in my February schedule. I got it penciled in my February
wait to meet
schedule.
you, Rita.
We
I'll
want
be
all
there.
y'all at the traffic jam.
And I wish y'all all a continue Happy New Year to my true podcast family. And you too, Mark. Same toilet, different shit. I see you over there chilling. I see
We
you.
love you, Rita. Rita talk that shit.
All right, y'all. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you.
Good night, y'all.
All right, we got a couple
All right,
comments.
y'all. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, I just want to read a couple of the comments because they've been chiming in. So we got Tiandra Williams. I was with a man recently for 17 years. I recently went through this phone and seen pedophilia.
Pedophilia.
Okay, I was saying it right. Pedophilia videos in his phone.
Wow.
Damn, that's deep, Tiandra.
I know that's deep. I know you like, wow.
Tiandra,
You just don't ever fucking know.
Yep,
you
don't know.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
You don't know. You could lay next to a motherfucker and not know they built like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Call in if you can, Tiandra. We would love to hear from you. So we got Deborah
That's what I was
Farver.
just about to say. Read that one.
I'm going to be 60 soon. In the 6th grade, I had a teacher hold my hand and massage my elbow. I felt lucky. And I told...
Yucky.
Oh, I'm sorry. I felt yucky. And I told my big brother, so he and my boy cousins threatened him first, and I was embarrassed, but I knew I did nothing wrong. You did not do nothing wrong. You did the right fucking thing.
And Deborah, I'm glad you brought this up because what I forgot to mention earlier when I was naming off the signs and the triggers of a predator, I forgot to let you guys know that when a victim is being predatorized on, they don't understand these feelings, like you said. So we also need to educate them the difference between a good feeling and a bad feeling.
Absolutely.
So anytime you feel confused or uncomfortable, then it's not right. And I just want to throw that out there. Educate your kids. If you feel uncomfortable, because like I said, I've been there. Now I'm a victim of this and didn't know that. If you don't feel right and you feel like it's uncomfortable, then it's not. Something's wrong. So you're absolutely right, Deborah. Avon. I'm sorry.
We got like 6 minutes. We got to kind of get through.
Yeah.
Avon always says they have a special place. Oh, Avon, I forgot that. Go ahead, Matt.
We basically kind of covered a lot of the stages of grooming. I just wanted to say that grooming doesn't just happen with children. It happens with adults as well. Go ahead with the call, Mark.
What's going on, Carla? Who's this? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Tiandra calling.
Hey, Tiandra.
What's up, Tiandra?
What's up, John?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, girl.
Yeah, so
I'm
you
good.
once said you
But,
found the pedophilia files in your man's phone. So what was that about?
So, like, I already been feeling like no affection from this man. Like, no type of intimacy, no type of him like loving on me. And so I'm like, he started hiding his phone under his pillow. And I knew his code to his phone. And so I'm like, something telling me to go through his phone. So I went through his phone. And so it was an app in his phone called Safe Lock. And it was an app that you had to have your fingerprint to. So I'm like, I know his code to his phone, so I'm going to just add my fingerprint to his phone. So I added my fingerprint and was able to get into the videos that he had saved in his phone. And so I don't talk to a lot of people about this, but, it's got to be known. People got to be aware that people that they known for years could still be,
Predators.
you got to look at them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I got into the videos, and it was like 13 videos. And two of the videos, the first two videos I seen, was him peeking through the blinds while my kids are playing outside. And
These
him
are videos of y'all.
Oh.
Yeah, him videos of him peeking through the blinds, zooming in on my daughter's butt.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
And then the third video, it was 5 minutes before I had to be to work this day. The third video, I seen my daughter was asleep on the couch, and he went up to my daughter. She had her clothes on and everything, you know, and he tried to like touch her butt. And I couldn't get through the video or the rest of the videos to actually know, you know, what else is in those videos before I start going crazy.
You know what? And that's completely understandable.
Yeah,
but I
it
wish
is.
you would have sent them bitches to yourself and then sent them to the police.
I wish I would have too. I wish I would have too.
I
And
know
this is
your
the
heart
first.
dropped. Jesus, I know your heart dropped to your feet. I
It
know that.
did.
So let me
It
ask you
did
this.
because my kids are my everything.
Let me ask you this. So did you ever confront him with it, or what was the? I mean,
Right.
What's the outcome?
I mean, I woke them up with punches and you know and
Okay.
fighting them, you know, and you know, he didn't have nothing to say. I just told him get the fuck out of my house. Like, go. You gotta go right now.
so
You
how is your
can't take
daughter feeling
nothing
from
with
that
you.
now?
Like, you gotta go.
What's she?
See, I had
Well, I mean,
just dropped my kids off at
like,
school.
afterwards.
It's two of my daughters,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
and and they are thick for their age. You know, I can't help that. You know, it is what it is.
They all are, baby. It
You
ain't
know,
just yours. They all
kid-
are. Yep.
And it's not the first time that a grown man then came on to my daughter type of thing. You know, and it's scary because my daughters are 12 and 13 now.
Wow.
And it's scary because, like, no matter if I'm with them or not, grown men will still try to talk to them in my face.
And you know what?
Like, that's the
I can relate
crazy
to
part.
that. My daughter 12, and she big for her age, and she's developed. And one day we were walking, and it was a guy trying to talk to her dead in front of my face. And I feel you because I was so furious, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, cause that's my baby. That's my baby.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was looking at her like that, and I was 13 once, and men was looking at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it is out here, so I feel every word that you speaking. Like, for real, I'm glad you speaking about it, and I feel like you should be more vocal about it because people are not aware of this, and if they are aware of it, they turning a blind eye to it or they being naive about it. So while you have a platform, create you one. Let them know because it's grown men out here that's doing that.
So,
he doing that to somebody else's daughter.
it's so hurtful.
Right now.
It's so hurtful because, like, you know, I recently just ended this relationship maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and I've been with this man for 7 years. And I would have never thought that. Like, he's been watching my kids for a long time. Luckily to find out that nothing has never happened sexually, you know.
That's
but it's still a scary situation.
But you want to know why it
But I
didn't get to
don't-
that point, though? Because you were aware.
And you didn't
You
ignore
were
that intuition.
You didn't ignore the
Yep.
signs. You paid attention and you responded accordingly. So it didn't get to the point where he didn't fool you. He didn't groom you to the point where he had you manipulated in your mind, right?
My only concern is now that he's left, what if he goes to another single parent?
Not what if.
Yeah.
Already there.
Yeah.
That's what
He
I'm about
already
to say.
there.
Not what if.
So
Because he got away with it with you, Tiandra. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. He got away with it with you. So that's what predators do. They feed off of
And
that
let me
adrenaline
tell
and they're
y'all
getting away
something
with
else.
it.
Let me tell y'all something else. He wanted me to be quiet. He didn't want nobody to find out about this. He offered me money,
Wow.
good money to keep quiet
Ain't no such thing
and
as good
like
money.
to not tell this funny. But I'm not that type of person. I don't need your money because what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right.
Right.
And I don't want that happening. That's another thing. His sister is about to have a baby, and I don't want that happening to his
God.
family.
So can
I
I
don't
ask
want
you this,
that to happen.
Tiandra? Because we got to wrap up soon, but I do want to know this. I
Uh-huh.
appreciate your bravery with you speaking out about this tonight. What are you going to do moving forward? If you don't want nothing else to happen like this again, you have to speak up, baby, whether it be on your page, whether you get to contacting people, because when it's not if, it's when. And he's already doing it because he got away with it.
That wasn't the first time, and it ain't gonna be
It
the
ain't
last.
gonna be the
I was
last.
just about to
So
say that.
this time it was your daughter, and next time it's gonna be somebody else's baby that we gonna be out here
And
worried
you know
about.
what? He deleted his social media, but I did let his family know. I let his family know.
You want
Anybody
to
who
know
was
something
around
about us
him that
black
was around
families,
him.
though?
They gonna protect his
We
ass
we
to the death
protect
of it.
the perpetrator, and we blame the victim,
Yep.
and they sweep it under the rug until it goes away. Now what I don't want to do is put any pressure on you, because I mean you did what was right to protect your daughter, but as a society we have to begin to broaden our perspective and protect those outside of our homes as well, when we can and
Right.
when we are of the mindset to do so. So we appreciate your story. We pray for your daughters. We pray for you. Um, and we pray for his future victims.
Yeah, I was about to say anybody he's around. And then there is a bunch of people in the chat. Please, they want to know: did you report him, or
She reported him to his family, but you
Yeah,
know
but
how
not
we
to-
as black
yeah.
folk.
And unfortunately,
Yeah.
his family gonna
We
try
don't
to
call
keep it.
for-
His
Um,
family might keep it under wraps.
And you know, he got fucked up personally by me. Like, not just by me, but
Yeah, we get it.
You
We
know
get
how
it. You
it
don't put it all
Don't
on
do
air.
nothing. I don't want to be
Don't
in
say
court.
shit,
I
right?
don't want to testify. So
Yeah, and whoever I tell, that's fine. I want to leave the situation alone. I just want to act like it never happened, forget him completely, and my kids forget him completely. Like, and I do want to make people aware that who does know him.
Got
You
it.
know,
Got it.
that's it.
We
And that's
respect
all.
that.
And
That's
I'm
your truth.
And thank
gonna
y'all.
be reaching out to you too, Tiandra, just to let you know.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, we still had a little bit more on our agenda today, but we're going to table this conversation in the light of the hour. We're going to go around the table and give our final thoughts. We were going to go into some of the little stages, but we covered a lot of that. We were going to go into some of the ways that a lot of these celebrities, these young celebrities, have gotten groomed in the entertainment industry. We were going to go into all of that, but hey, God moves how he moves, so
Exactly.
we let him have his way. Mike, what's your final thought today, bro?
My final thought is, parents, watch for these signs wherever you have your kids in. Football, gymnastics, basketball, all of the sports, daycares, family, for sure family. Just be careful who you have your kids around. Make sure your kids know warning signs. I'm a big fan of letting them know, hey, don't touch me there, don't touch me here. Once they able to talk, I'm teaching them, don't touch me here, don't touch me there. So make that a big thing, because I know everybody don't want their kids around everybody. You don't want to send kids to daycare or whatever. You want to send them around trusted family, but you never know who trusted family has around. So just be mindful, be wareful. We want to just make sure that our generation growing up can carry these things into the next generation of things that we dealt with and that they don't have to deal with.
Not Mike, David. I'm sorry.
no, that's all right. It just had me in deep thought. I know we were supposed to go into celebrities and stuff, but it doesn't really matter about if it's celebrities, mentors,
It can happen to
whoever we are. It
anybody.
can happen to everybody.
Yeah.
And my thought is very simple. If these situations are going on, report them. Ask for help. Anybody that's watching this podcast today, share it on your page. It might be somebody that is holding on to the secret, but just this conversation alone, share it today, that it could help one person. That's all I got to say.
What's your final thought, P?
My final thought is aimed at the ladies tonight. I'm a parent who is single, but I'm not a single parent. Please
I like how you phrased that.
listen to that again. I am a parent who is single, but I am not a single parent. I don't give up on love. I believe love is out here. However, listening to this has made me more aware and more cautious. And one thing I can honestly say, single women, we look and we seek for help. I want y'all to know everything that's good for you ain't good to you and ain't good for the people that's around us. Be cautious who you let into your lives, ladies. Be cautious who you let into your homes. And that's my final thought.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my final thought just giving out some resources. Mark, I'm going to wait for you to put it up because I can't see.
Yes, I went.
I don't see it.
You ain't got to wait. Go ahead.
No, I don't have it in front of me.
You want to try to read it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it on your thing?
Okay, there you go. If you know of a child that is in need of protection, protective services, child protective services, the phone number is 734-243-7200. The National Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week. 1-800-4-A-CHILD. 1-800-422-4453. And the last resource we have is the National Domestic Violence Hotline, because there's a grooming process that takes place with women that find themselves in domestic violence situations. And we didn't have time to get into all of that, but that number is 1-800-799-7233. And I just admonish everybody to be aware, pay attention, trust no one. and well, I'm not gonna say trust no one, but be careful who you trust.
There you go.
And just use some wisdom and discretion. And on that note, we're out this month.
Have a good one.
Have a
y'all.
good night. Have a
Until
blessed
next
night,
week,
y'all.
we out.
Till next week.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile